Right. So who wants to recap what we did during the session 0? I remember I stabbed a guy, like immediately. Nick's like, okay,
I had
the game
sex
started.
and it was awful.
Yeah, we established what you did the night before, and then what you did immediately during the actual gameplay was you stabbed a dude.
Like on a scale of just 1 to hideous, that was pretty bad sex. Is what we're saying.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah.
the sex was fine. It's traumatizing. Which does beg the question, Nick. What consists of until you prove that it's not like they own you or anything? Like,
That seems like something for you to decide.
okay. All right.
I mean, right now she's making noises about how much she actually does own you, but
Well, she kind of does. I do owe her money. Well, no, I don't.
Hey,
Do I owe?
you boned her.
Do I actually owe her the money, or is that just
you do owe her money.
I still owe
What
the
you
money?
did,
Okay.
yeah, what you did last night was let her give you the gas right now, so that you didn't have to leave your car out in the middle of the street.
Fantastic. Lance
still owe her
appreciates
for
that.
You're in her pocket and her pants. As I recall, Domino managed to sneak into the middle of a gang fight and covertly kill someone and then get out without being noticed by the incredibly large gang lord lady.
Right.
Miss Enough to Eat, who I'm sure is very nice on the inside. I'm sure she's a wonderful person.
Oh, she definitely has a soft spot for gang members. It's not quite accurate that you were unnoticed. None of her gang members saw you do it, but
Yeah.
the other gang members did see, and they claimed, and they seemed excited that someone was there to help.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's not going to come back to bite me anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could just safely ignore that.
And then there's this cult running around.
Yep,
It's weird.
that's
man.
my party cult. That's all drugged out all the time. I don't think that a whole lot went on with that cult, other than two of them were killed by the local warlord for mysterious reasons that have yet to be determined.
Yeah, this warlord seems to be the epicenter of 3 of us right now.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a fair assessment. And his name is Tao, by the way, for anyone catching up just now.
Listen, Tao signs my paychecks. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, Cam was also shuffling people around, driving through hostile territory.
Oh yeah, there's a couple
for
new
Tao.
people in town that Cam brought back that nobody knows what's up with them except
Yeah.
somebody saw them doing some kind of business with Tao.
Right.
So where are we starting off today?
I'm gonna ask the Hocus, or ask the voice rather, who is a Hocus.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the voice. What are you gonna do today about all the stuff that's been going down with your cult? Like something's up.
This is a
So
difficult
what are you
question.
gonna do about it?
I don't know. It looks like the trail has gone cold, more or less, unless Tao is going to tell us stuff. I'm thinking that I'm trying to think if there would have been anyone who would have seen this happen or might have had contact with those kids that got killed. What were their names? Their names were, I wrote them down on my sheet.
Oh, they were
They were
Hour and Roth.
Hour and Roth, yeah. And all that Tao said was that they were stealing, but nobody in the cult says that they saw them steal anything or knew what it would have been.
Yeah.
So maybe
Princey and Look seemed dead certain that they were not in fact stealing.
yeah. Which makes me wonder. I should try and find maybe some other people around town or other members of the cult who would have seen them recently or might have known what they would have been up to.
Okay. So are you just gonna go and start asking individual members of your cult? Like,
I guess I'm gonna have to go around and try and find out what's been going on with those kids, those crazy
Okay.
kids.
all right. So you are going to, let's say you go and ask. Let's see, who do we got here? Lamprey.
Lamprey, that's a good
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, Lamprey is a member of your cult. Let me put her in with your other cult members. So you go up to Lamprey, who's this like mysterious, mournful girl with a rat skull necklace, and she's always kind of up in people's personal space. Whenever you get near her, she likes to get real near you.
Okay.
But
That probably makes the voice a little uncomfortable, but
yeah,
in this situation, it's gotta be done.
and she seemed very eager to talk have some one-on-one time with the voice. Her own personal cult messiah.
And she's the first person to ever treat the voice like a messiah. Then all those other people are just assholes to it.
And she presses. She asks, "Is there some way I can be of service?"
Yeah, I would like to know if you saw Orr and that other kid, Roth. I want to know if you've seen them recently. I want to know what they might have been up to around town.
And she clucks her tongue and says, They seemed harmless enough. It's such a shame what happened to those two boys."
So you hadn't seen them doing anything around town that might have made somebody here angry, maybe made somebody want to get rid of them or try and run us out of town?
I only ever saw them around the compound.
Okay.
They enjoyed partying. They enjoyed it here. They had a good life here, or so it seemed. Such a short life, though.
Was there any specific part of the compound you saw them around most?
Well, they kept to the common area in their own rooms. I don't remember seeing them really getting buddy-buddy with anyone but each other.
Okay, then. And I think that's probably... Let me see here. I wonder if there's anything else that I can get out of her. Trying to remember... I don't know if there's anything more pointed that I can ask her. I mean, there's no reason why she would be lying. So I guess the voice thanks her.
You could always try reading a person, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was thinking about doing is trying to get a read. Which move is that?
It's what it's called reading a person.
Okay, yeah. Let me see here. I'm trying to read a person, which is roll plus sharp. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I think that I have 2 sharp now. Yeah. So that's 46.
That reminds me. I'm sorry. We really have to do this first. But we'll get back to that in a second.
Okay.
We need to go around the table again and re-highlight stats. Which you're supposed to do at the beginning of every session.
Oh, I thought that was like.
Do you want to do that now then before I make this first roll?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Okay. Do we need to redo any of our relationships?
No, the relationships all stay. Those are all fine.
Okay.
It's just we need to go around the circle and say, well, I mean, it really is going to depend on the current relationships.
Yep. Okay.
I don't think my history
it's the same
changed at all.
Same sort of deal. Yeah. So whoever knows who does know Domino best.
I do, which
Okay.
is weird. Let me go to look at the rules for who I know best.
That's down there under your HX. You've got
Yep.
+3 with me and Cam.
Yep. So I get to decide for both of you. I think that let's see here. Under the HX. Let's see here. Go on your turn. On other character's turn. Find the character with highest HX. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. So I just tell. So do I choose both of them or one of them?
Just one of them, and I'll choose the
Just
other.
one of them. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose. I'm actually going to go ahead and choose cool this time up front.
For me or for Cam?
Because
For Domino or for Cam?
for Domino.
Okay.
And the limited interactions that I've had, or that the voice has had with her, she seems to be able to keep her cool. And then let's see here, for Cam, I will go ahead and I don't know. I haven't had any interactions with you aside from what we talked about at the very beginning. Probably gonna have to go with the sharp.
Right.
It seemed like you were pretty onto the voice's attempts to recruit you into the crazy party.
All right, for Domino, I'm gonna go ahead and choose hot because I think that will be fun.
Now I get to pick the voice, and I'm gonna highlight his hot because he's got cult members who are raising the ire of Tao, and I want to know if that just greed and stupidity filters down from the top of that organization. Like, does he lose his cool, and does he make rash decisions for terrible reasons?
Isn't hot like the measure of like sexiness, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is. So
So
I think
maybe you're thinking of hard with that justification.
I think I am thinking of hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's highlight that hard then.
Yeah. Okay.
I already know you're not hot then.
Yeah, I think that everybody's kind of figured that out.
And I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the voice is weird because I like weird things, and nobody else is weird orthodox.
Yeah. All right.
And then for Cam, I am gonna choose to highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight Cam's weird again. Because I feel like Cam needs to get involved in the weirdness. Cam needs to stay a little bit less aloof. He needs to get down in the muck of the
Cam needs to
second
get a
film.
little weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so now that we've done that, go ahead and do your move.
Yeah, so I'm rolling to read a person, which is 2d6 plus sharp, so that's 4 dice.
Okay.
So let's see what I get. All of the dice are going to roll off the table. Let's see here. I've already got an 11. Yeah, that's 17 plus 21. Holy shit.
Wait, what? Why are you rolling that many dice?
I thought I rolled...
You rolled
no, it's just 2d6. That's right.
Yeah,
Crap.
2d6.
That's right, it's 2d6 plus, not number of dice.
Like, we know you're weird,
Sorry.
but...
Sorry, I was listening to... I've been listening to too much Friends at the Table, and I was thinking of... I was actually thinking of Tech Noir. All right,
Oh.
so there's 7 plus 2. I got 9.
Okay. So on that, you get to hold 1. So while you're interacting, you get 1 from the questions on the list, which is your character telling the truth? What are you really feeling? What do you intend to do? What do you wish I'd do? And how could I get your character to do something?
I'm actually going to go for... is this character telling me the truth?
Okay. And the answer is yes.
Okay.
Lamprey has no reason to lie to you. Lamprey is utterly sincere when she says she knows nothing about any... I mean, she seems confused at the idea that just these 2 kids would be up to anything weird.
Okay. All right. Well, then the next step is to go and check where those kids were staying, their quarters. I imagine because this is sort of a nomadic cult, it's just like a bunch of tents kind of pitched in some part of town that isn't normally occupied by people.
Yeah.
So probably go and check out their tent, take a look at the inside of it, maybe just kind of search around there, which is, let's see here. Is that... I don't think that's that's not reading a situation.
No, it's not. Right now, all you're doing is you're looking around, and I'll tell you what you find.
Okay.
There's no dice involved in this. You're not doing any kind of move.
Okay.
Yeah. So you look around, and like, what are you looking for?
Looking for anything out of the ordinary. I mean, like, they're kids. They'd probably have, like, some kid stuff hanging around. You know, they're members of the cult. They probably have some drug stuff hanging around. So looking for anything out of the ordinary, anything that wouldn't normally belong to a pair of kids like that.
Yeah.
Especially something that looks like it would have once belonged to Tau or been important to Tau.
Okay. And what you find is you find a couple of pill bottles, the same kind of pills that most of your cult members are on.
Okay.
So you find a couple stuffed animals. You know, I think both of these belong to Our. Roth was considered himself too old to be into stuffed animals.
Okay.
You find, you know, their bedding, their the 2 or 3 sets of clothing that they both owned.
Mm-hmm.
Most of everything else that they would have had, their clothing is still here because they were 12 years old and nobody else wanted it. Most of everything else they had, like Princey mentioned, has already been split up between the rest of the cult.
Okay.
Nobody wanted their stuffed animals. Everybody else already had enough pills. Nobody wanted their clothes.
Are the stuffed animals fully intact? Is there anything hidden inside either of them?
Well, I wouldn't call them fully intact. I mean, frankly, they're kind of gross at this point.
Well, you know what?
But-
the voice
but
is
if you
also
wanna-
kind of gross, so I'm going
If
to
you
go
wanna
ahead and
tear
rip
it-
those. I'm
Yeah,
going to go
you-
ahead and rip those stuffed animals up. I'm going to search them.
Okay, yeah, you rip them apart. They turn into just these little piles of fluff and rag. There's a button here and there now, but there wasn't anything inside them beyond, you know, like lint.
Oh man. Okay, so I guess that the next thing to do here would be to guess I'm gonna have to open my mind to the psychic maelstrom. I'm gonna try and read what might have happened here, either with the kids or see if there's anything specifically valuable that somebody may have taken from it.
Okay,
so that's
go ahead and
2d6
open your brain.
plus weird.
Yeah, plus weird.
Throw those dice off the table. 7, so 9.
Okay. So in a 7-9, you get. So you see the tunnel open up in front of you. You close your eyes, and in your third eye, this tunnel opens up, and you're whooshing down it, and you see. You feel like what you're looking at is you feel like you're looking through the eyes of Tau, as he looks upon your cult members, and he looks upon Princey and Look, and he sees the knives they carry at their side, and he looks upon Lamprey, and he sees the way that this like over muscled what's his name? He sees the way that Rothball looks at Lamprey, and his eyes pass over the two of them. And then he looks at Our and Roth, and he sees how small they are, and then his eyes settle upon them, and that's all you see.
Okay. That gives me a good idea of what's actually going on here then. Okay. So it sounds like he just doesn't want us here. But it's difficult. He sees us as a threat for some reason, is what it sounds like.
Well, I'll let you stew over that for a while.
Yeah, I'm going to stew on that. It sounds like you also get to ask me a question, I think.
Oh, that's true. I do. Okay. Which of your cult members do you fear the most for?
Right now,
it doesn't have to be somebody I've introduced. You can introduce somebody new at this point.
No, I don't think I'm going to introduce somebody new, because at this point, the person that the voice is fearing the most for is Princey, because he sounds like the one who's most likely to cause trouble, and that would be bad for not just him, but for everyone who's following the voice right now. So,
and let's see. I think the other question I'll ask you is, What do you like most about the high that the drugs that you take give you?
So did we establish whether or not the voice also takes the drugs? Because I don't think that we did.
We didn't. You're right.
Yeah. So
I guess I'm establishing that now.
So I thought about this a little bit in the lead up to this, and I think that the voice doesn't take the drugs.
Okay.
The voice sees the drugs as a means of control to help keep the followers following it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some other reason why it wants to keep the followers nearby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In that question, let me revise the question then, because
Okay.
if the voice is not taking the drugs, what scares you most about the drugs that you give your followers?
Well, I think that in this case, it's going to be that the voice doesn't have full control over which drugs, and that there's always a chance that somebody could take something that would make them violent or break away or cause trouble. And in fact, let's say that this has actually happened before. Maybe not in the last place they were, but maybe a couple of towns ago, and that's the reason why they had to leave at that point. Like, this is something that's happened before, is that somebody in the cult has turned violent and they've had to leave. And they've always left the person who broke the rules behind.
Okay. Good to know. So let's get back to morning after on Cam here.
All right.
I mean, you wake up and you're in a strange bed.
Yep.
And it takes you a minute to remember where you are and why you're here, and then you do, and you kind of groan. It's like, oh God, right.
Mhm.
What do you do?
Sneak out.
All right. Go ahead and roll under fire, and the fire is the fear of getting caught by Ula, and that's plus cool.
Sharp? No, because I got the trait that makes me roll sharp instead of cool.
Oh, right. Okay,
So-
cool.
No, sharp.
Go for it then.
So that is 12 minus 1 because of the penalty, 11.
That's a very solid move. So you do it. You quietly, very quietly, you gather your clothes up and you kind of you put them on one pant leg at a time, and you ease the front door open and you ease it back out after you've eased yourself through. And you're out. Yeah. Ula did not wake up. She doesn't know you're gone.
Thank God. Did I fill my car up before this happened, or do I have to fill it up now?
You filled it up already. She
All
gave
right,
you
good.
the gas.
All right. It's what, like, it's early morning?
Yeah, it's early morning.
All right, in that case, I go back home, and I very anxiously wait for my payment from Tao.
Okay.
Very, very anxiously. Like, pacing around the apartment, sort of trying to distract himself, but unsuccessfully doing so.
And Tao said it was going to be. He was going to pay you this morning, right?
Yep.
Okay. Did he say when that would be?
No.
Do you have any idea?
Nope.
Okay.
You just said in the morning, so that's why.
All right.
That's why Cam is filled with anxiety right now. He can't believe what he just did. He's pretty sure that his car Lance is upset at him for having to do this, even though it was on Lance's best behalf. But yeah, filled with anxiety, can't sit still. Really wants the money so he can pay her off or pay Ula off and
Gotcha.
be done with this little escapade.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you're waiting a little while, and you're just kind of stewing in your own juices here. Your eyes kind of keep flicking through the window back at Lance, and you wait a little longer, and morning turns to noon.
All right. The moment the clock flips from 11:59 to 12, he jumps into his car and drives and heads to Tao's.
Okay. All right. You see, the usual people are there. They know you. They just wave you on through. You don't even have to tell them why they're here. They always know why you're here.
Hmm. I'm debating on how. Since Cam is a little upset about what happened, he's sort of making a scene in his own little way where he's driving Lance a little louder than normal, revving the engine a few times, just generally making a scene.
Okay.
Before he gets out. Doesn't do a great part. Can you describe this area for me? I'm going to say he's not going to do a good parking job, but I don't know what that would consist of.
Yeah, it's like they're a wide open. The streets are not what they used to be. They're kind of torn up a little bit. You avoid the worst of them, but there's really no avoiding. There's really no good streets. That's why you've got reinforced tires in your car. And there's no really such thing as parking. I mean, you're one of the only people in the whole city who still drives anymore.
Okay.
Most people either walk or they take these beat up scooters. Some of which used to be motorized, none of which the motors are all busted on them nowadays.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what people used to get around, except for you and maybe one or two others.
All right. Well, in that case, like he drives the car right up to next to where he know Tao is, and marches on inside.
Okay. And you're in.
Throwing caution into the wind.
The door is closed.
I'm assuming there's like guards and stuff, but Cam would blow past by them. If...
And they don't really care. They know you're no threat.
All right, cool.
But the door to Tao's place is closed, as it always is.
Bang on the door really loudly, shouting, "Tao! Tao!"
And he opens it and he frowns at it. He said, "You're making a scene."
Yeah. Where's my money?
So I get it to you today, right?
Yeah.
Well, I got some things that are still resolving. You'll get it when you get it.
No, I need that money now. You're gonna give me that money now.
Or what? And he says,
Cam sort of pauses and takes a step back. Or I'm gonna have to do something.
And he snickers a little bit, says, "Yeah, real scary threat. You're gonna do something." Ooh, I'm shaking.
Maybe you're gonna lose it. Maybe you're gonna lose a driver.
He calls out for his guards.
Of course he does. Maybe you're gonna lose a driver.
Sounds like you're trying to manipulate him at this point.
I am trying to manipulate him a little bit.
Okay.
That would be.
Actually,
Would it be manipulate or?
I'm trying to decide whether this counts as manipulation or just going aggro.
Well,
I guess probably manipulate because you're not actually pulling a weapon.
Yeah.
You're just sort of.
I thought about it too. I was like,
sort of
bring your
puffing yourself
shotgun.
up. Yeah.
This is weird for Tao, right? Like he's usually good for the money when he says he's good for the money, right?
It is unusual that he doesn't pay you exactly when he says he will.
So, all right. So, in that case, Cam's gonna call him out on it. He's like, "This isn't like you. Where's the money? You're usually prompted with all my payments, and now you're not paying me. What's going on here?"
He puts up one hand and says, "I am paying you. I am paying you. I said I'm gonna pay you today. I just got a couple things that are resolving."
You said you were going to pay me in the morning. You've never been late, Tao. Come on.
Well, I've never been involved in a deal this complicated before, so.
Can I roll to read him?
Yes.
See if he's telling me the truth.
Nothing stopping you from doing that. Go ahead.
That's plus sharp.
Yeah.
All right. That's 8 plus 2 is 10, minus 1 is 9.
Wait, did you say plus 2 minus 1?
Yeah.
What does that happen?
Because
because you're -1 to all your stats right now. That's right.
Yep.
I forgot about that. Okay, man, that was almost a clean read. But now you only get one question. You would have gotten 3 if it hadn't been for Ula's hold over you.
yeah.
So yeah, you can say, is your character telling truth? What's Tao really feeling? What does Tao intend to do? What does Tao wish I would do? And how can I get Tao to do something?
What's Tao really feeling? I'm curious about that now.
Okay. Tao seems a little. He seems like he's running a little riot at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Tao is he's treating you with the manner of someone who he knows he can get to fall in line.
Okay.
Because he thinks that you are going to be an easier. You're going to be less of a problem to him than other problems he's evidently having.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
So what do you say? I mean, he's still waiting on a response from you. He's saying, I'll get you the money today. It's just things are happening.
What time today?
He shrugs and says, "Today is today, man. Before midnight."
And what if you don't get me the money today?
He says, "Then I guess it'll be tomorrow then, won't it?"
Cam shakes his head. Nope, not good enough. It's not good enough. Yeah, let's try to. Yeah, Cam's not getting violent, but he is trying to assert himself. So let's go with manipulate.
Okay. So what you want is for Tao to pay you right now.
Yeah.
That's what this is about. Okay, go ahead.
That
Roll.
is what this is about. So
Roll plus hot. Or do you have a thing that lets you do something else?
no, I think
Okay.
think hot is hot.
Oh man,
Oh, nope, that is 6.
it's a 6. Okay.
Cam's trying to assert himself not very well.
Okay. Let's see. And Tao's look turns ugly. Like he didn't think you were going to be a problem, but clearly you're intending to be a problem. And Tao, he says, "Okay, I can pay you right now. Yeah, I can pay you. What I'll do is I'll take that car that I gave you and I'll sell that, and then I'll give you the money that I would make by selling your car. How does that sound? You want your money right now? We can do it that way."
Yeah, Cam freaks out as soon as he said that. All right. Fine.
I thought it would be fine. Get out of here.
You'll pay me today?
I'll pay you today, or maybe I'll pay you tomorrow. Who knows when I'll pay you now? You'll get paid when you get paid.
All right.
All right.
Cam leaves.
Okay.
He stares at the trunk a little bit because that's where his shotgun is, and he's thinking about it.
Okay.
He's thinking about it.
How hard's he thinking about it? And how hard's he looking?
He's thinking about it real hard.
Let me ask you another question.
Sure.
How long are you lingering here, right out in front of the apartment?
A few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, because after a few minutes of you just kind of standing around and looking at your trunk and kind of looking back over your shoulder and looking at the trunk again, and like thinking about doing something, maybe one of the guards says, "Hey, the boss told you to beat it. Are you still here?"
Cam.
And now the guard's hand is on his weapon, not drawn it, but it's there.
Cam flips him the bird,
Mm-hmm.
but he gets into his car.
All right.
revs it loudly a few times, and peels out. Frustrated, angry, humiliated, small.
Let me just ask one question. Where are you off to? Is there anything you're going to do about this, or are you just going to go back home and brood a while?
Cam would probably brood for a little while.
Okay, in that case, let's get back to Domino.
Yeah. Okay.
Word. Okay, so what's the deal?
So the deal is you have no idea, like, well, I guess the deal is you've got someone to visit because you did a thing for somebody that you told them to do, and like now you have you each have your respective ends of the bargain to hold up.
So I need to go interface with Winkle and
That's what it sounds like.
find out what she learned, because I took care of her little problem. Her little peeping
Right.
Tom or whatever is no longer a threat.
Yeah, so that's what I would see.
So that's where I'm heading
Okay.
as soon as possible in that morning.
Yeah, and you were supposed to meet her at the building across from Absolve, as I recall.
Yep, she was. I put her up in, I don't know, a second or third story window overlooking the street.
Mm-hmm. And what was it you'd asked her to do?
To watch the place, to see if
watch the place. Yeah.
She was worried about these cultists coming around and causing problems because I had stabbed one of them.
Right. Okay. So she seems a little groggy. You don't think she slept much, which might be good for you. It might not be. But she waves you over to the little perch that she selected.
Okay. And I let her know that I took care of her problem. He won't be coming around anymore. That's the last you'll see of him.
And she beamed throughout, said, "Good. I hope he got everything he deserved." And it said, "Hours for your thing." Now, I'm pretty sure I was up all night, and I mean, I watched the bar, but I didn't see no one with a those weird hoods they wear, like the cult getup and things.
All too well.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone wearing a hood. Do you want me to stay here, or are we good? Or
I asked if she saw any of Tao's guys come or go.
and she says, "Oh yeah, Tao's guys. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wasn't paying too close attention because that's not what you told me to watch out for. But yeah, I saw a couple of them."
I nod. I tell her I'm going to need her up for one more night. For her sake, because I want to make sure there's no kind of retaliation coming out on her building, considering I put her target in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that things are smooth with her building before she goes back.
And she kind of bites her lip a little bit and says, yeah, I could do that. Would you mind watching my place one more night? Sleeping there instead of yours?"
Sure. That sounds like a good idea. Because if there is going to be retaliation, then I can hang back and take care of it.
Okay. All right. So where do you? So that the deal struck, and Winkle retreats back to her perch. Where do you go from here?
I go to Absolve to get a granola crane apple muffin.
All right.
And a oatmeal kale energy drink.
That is awesomely specific. I love it.
And they're fresh out today.
Damn.
They've got a couple of hardtack biscuits, but they don't have any of your hippy dippy nonsense.
What was the lady's name that ran Absolve? I thought I took her name down, but I guess I didn't.
You're speaking about Karna then, sounds like.
Karna, yes. And I let Karna know that I've had eyes on the place for the past 24 hours and haven't noticed. There's been no reports of the cult coming around. I asked, does that put your mind at ease? Are we good with the cult then?
And she says, she frowns and says, "Really? because that's not what Tao's boys have been telling me.
What have Tao's boys been telling you?
They came in late last night, said that they just got back from scaring a couple of those punks off my place. They were hanging around a couple blocks over, pointing. But they said they took care of them. I don't know where you were.
Is she doubting me? Is that what's happening here? Is she giving me a little bit of stank? Is that what's happening here?
She's giving you a little bit of attitude.
I tell her I can get hardtack anywhere. I thought, she and I were friends. We had a mutual arrangement here. That I look out for her place. She gives me the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. And she says, "Yeah, that's how the arrangement was, but I ain't seen you doing too much looking out for my place lately. It's mostly been the rest of Tao's boys, and then it's been you who's been taking up trouble with the cult."
Take the hardtack.
Mm-hmm.
Place it very gingerly on the ground. Stomp the bitch out like a cigarette all over her floor. Spit the half-chewed rest of it out, and walk out of Absolve. I've taken my business elsewhere.
All right.
I go tell Winkle, no need to watch it.
No need to watch it. And
Yeah.
she looks.
She says, we're good with Absolve. Whatever you... I consider this... I consider us square. Thanks so much for doing me a favor.
Winkle looks nervous at this. She looks a little bit frightened, and she says, "Does that mean the other thing's off? You're not going to stay at my place tonight?"
No, I will. Absolutely.
Oh. And she heavy sigh. Okay. All right. Yeah. Good doing business with you.
Yeah, and I tell her I don't foresee any problem. But, no, the thing with Absolve is smooth over. I just finalized that. So, after that, I'm going to spend the rest of the morning finding a new place to secure breakfast. Because apparently, my money ain't no good there. I'm sorry, I did not order the biscuits and stank, okay?
Yeah, there's another place. It sells these like day old bagels. That's probably the best you're going to get without any kind of working relationship, unless you go ahead and spread some jingle around.
Is there a particular place, a cafe or restaurant or some such, that the cult gravitates towards?
Well, yeah, over on the cult side of town. Let's see. Let me figure this out for a second. Bust out the old fantasy name generators. Place names, cafe names. There's actually cafe names and fantasy name generators. I don't know why.
Thank goodness.
I love it. Of course there is.
Yeah, they like to eat over at Predictably, the Flaming Briss espresso bar.
The Flaming Brits?
The Flaming Bliss.
Oh, I heard the Flaming Brit, and that espresso bar was really exciting. Like, every morning it's a different Brit. They just march them out and light them up. Since we're open for business.
No, the Flaming Bliss espresso bar.
So I guess it's time to...
Most people don't go there because the tea is so weak and the espresso is so mild. But the proprietors say they like it that way. They feel it's more blissed out if you're not stoked to your gills on caffeine all the time.
Okay. Yeah, I will go in there and offer them my patronage. What I want to do, though, is... Because I'm still dumbfounded that Karna thinks this cult is such a huge problem. Like, I really don't get it. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping a lookout. I want to catch the cult doing something. I want to go to one of their hotspots and not start trouble, but like if trouble happens to start while I'm there, I would like to witness it firsthand. Because I just don't get it.
Okay. What are you drinking?
I tell them to make it as strong as possible.
And they don't. They give you something they claim is extra intense, but it's still pales to the kind of thing that you could just brew yourself at home, and frequently do.
And they claim that the experience is better with really weak coffee.
Yeah, they say it's you get the bliss of the flavor if you're not focused so much on the stimulant part of it.
I pay them what I would pay any restaurant for a cup of hot water, and I ask what they've got to eat.
And they've got the what they've got is, let's see, they've got a couple muffins.
Oh hell yeah, I'm all about
that
muffins.
That are ready to come out of the oven.
Yeah, I'm down for some muffins.
Muffins is the new jam.
While waiting for the muffins, I will chat them up. Like, why are the cultists drawn to this place? I'm told this is the place to go.
And the proprietor's eyes light up. Says, "Oh, you're here for the cult stuff." And she winks at you. Said you should have said so in the first place, love. And she reaches out and asking if she can have your cup of weak, crappy coffee back.
Oh hell yeah, let's see where this goes. Slide it back over. Am I about to go on a trip?
And she pulls out a bottle from behind the bar, which she produces the pill from, and she snaps it open and pours the contents into the coffee, and kind of stirs around with this like grimy looking spoon, and she hands it back to you.
I sniff at it. Does it smell like leprosy?
It smells like nothing you've ever smelled before. It doesn't smell like rank, but it smells weird.
I want to remind everybody at this juncture that months and months ago, Nick's character in my D&D game went on a really bad acid trip and ended up losing half of her inventory, locked in a dungeon.
I'm not saying this is payback or anything.
I know, I'm just mentioning it. It just feels like this was the right time to mention that.
So
I asked what it is. I asked what the substance is as they're mixing it in my terrible espresso. And
they say, "Oh, this is a special blend that we've been serving ever since the cult rolled through."
Does the voice supply that stuff, or one of his people?
Yeah, we get it from them. They like to have it in the coffee. Say it gives them a smoother bliss.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait on the muffin first because I don't know that I want to drink a cup of coffee acid on an empty stomach. But after the muffin, I will absolutely sip on this and just find out where it takes me.
Okay. So the muffin comes out of the oven, and it looks like it's a tonberry muffin. It's got these weird like yellow berries that they taste kind of like really tart, so tart you don't really like to have more than one or two at a sitting. But they've stuffed a muffin full of these things. Okay.
Eat it as best I can.
Yeah, and you kind of like. Your face makes all these, like when you bite into a lemon.
Yeah,
that's basically what eating this tonberry muffin is.
Wonderful.
You make all these like contortions with your face as it's going down.
Let's wash down the most terrible muffin in the universe with the mysterious drug coffee.
Yeah. All right, and then you have the coffee. Why don't you roll a 2d6?
Just roll the 2d6?
Yeah.
9.
9 minus 1, it looks like. Okay. So at this point, I traditionally ask, what does it look like for you when you open your brain to the psychic maelstrom?
Stark black and white. no shades of gray in between. It's like a white, featureless room with smooth black paint on the walls in front of me.
So it looks kind of like the portraits in the playbooks.
Kind of, but like angular, not like photorealistic.
Gotcha. So these kind of like stark black cubist impressions of things. Okay, and it all happens in this one particular room. You're not going anywhere. You're just there looking.
Yeah, it manifests just as black on the white. That's it.
Okay. So you rolled what, a 9?
That was a 9.
No, you rolled an 8.
Which turned into an 8.
Yeah. All right. And one by one, people start to pop into the room. They just like appear out of nowhere. Just like 1 minute there, and then 1 minute they're there. And some of you don't recognize individually. You don't really know who they are, but you know by their hoods that these are cult members. And then as more and more of them start to pop in, and they're not doing anything. They're standing like frozen, just standing there, not looking at anything particular, not looking at you. You just get these like completely still tableau of like cult members popping in, and you recognize them by the hood. Some of them eventually you recognize by their faces. You've seen 1 or 2 of them around before. Even the 2 that you popped the other night, Hour and Roth, are there. And what happens once the cult members stop popping in, this very stark white circle of light begins to glow behind each one of their heads, and it gets brighter and brighter and brighter until there's no black in the room and you can't see anything at all but the white, and the vision ends.
Okay. How was the coffee?
It sucked. It was terrible.
After I've eaten as much of the meal as I possibly can, I'll set it down. I will ask them if the voice itself ever comes in to the establishment.
And the kind of hippie lady behind the counter, she looks a little wistful and says, "I wish, but she just doesn't like the taste." She says, or it says, and then the lady like gulps a healthy portion down of her own cup of coffee and says, "Can't imagine why."
The last thing I want to find out is if she knows anything about the cult's activities outside of her little coffee shop. Like, do they come here and guzzle down a pot of the most terrible coffee ever and then go out on the town tripping balls and causing trouble?
Mm-hmm. And she says, "No, they mostly like to party. We have events here sometimes where we invite the cult members. We have this mirror ball that we salvage from somewhere. Oh, there's no light for it, but we like to spin it anyway. And then we have a little party. It happens every Saturday night."
What day is it today?
Today it's Thursday.
Well, that sounds like a riot. I thank her for her time. I want to go shake down the voice.
Okay. Where did we say the voice was? Where did we leave off with the voice?
We left off. The voice was hanging out in the camp and had just contacted the psychic maelstrom to find out what was going on with those kids.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're there. You're still in the camp. Still trying to figure out what's going on, and maybe by now you have some kind of idea. You've had a little time to think about it, but you haven't had that much time when Domino shows up, and you know Domino. You've met already, as I recall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather abruptly.
Domino's back. What do you do, Domino?
Start asking around to see if the voice is in camp. Who can point me to the voice?
Oh, that's happened.
That's
happened already.
Okay.
Yeah. You're meeting with, you're here with a voice.
Then I approach the voice, and I ask it, is there somewhere we can talk in private?
I think that would be a good idea. Just right inside this tent is fine. And so I lead Domino into the tent. right there where the that used to be excuse me, Orrin Roth's. And it's not maybe the most private place, but there's nobody else in here and there's nobody else around to listen.
Okay. I inform the voice that I lost my favorite breakfast establishment this morning because the cult has been acting up in that area of town.
I haven't heard of anything happening in that part of town. This is near Absolution, right?
Yeah,
This is so. How far away is that from the cult compound?
Absolve is about half an hour's walk.
Okay, yeah, it's far enough away that most of the cult members wouldn't go there. But if you want, I can ask around and find out who's been going there. I don't
You're
like
the
it
leader of
when
this
they
cult.
cause trouble.
Right? You're in charge here.
I'm sort of in charge.
Here's how
Everyone here is in charge of themselves.
Here's how it works. You don't need to ask your people for things. You need to put your boot on them. They're getting into things and you don't know about it. That means they're holding something over you. Does that bother you at all?
No, not especially.
And it doesn't
This is the
bother
way things
you
have
that,
always been.
that some of your underlings, your little rat fink hoodie wearing just gutter trash people are rubbing up against someone like Tao, and then I've got to get involved, and then my muffins disappear. Do you see where I'm going here? Can you get your people under control? They're not really people, I know, but can you get them under control?
I keep them as under control as I can, and it's not my fault that you killed those kids.
That's where you're wrong, because from the perspective of decent civilized folk like Tao and myself, they're your people, which means you do need to control them.
I already said that I try my best. I try and make sure that they don't cause trouble.
Have you
And if they do
considered-
cause trouble, we make sure that they're appropriately punished.
That I'd like to see.
Well,
Like
in
des-
this case, it would
describe
normally
this
be up to
process
Tao.
of punishments here.
Well, if they cause enough trouble that we have to leave, they get left behind. And it's up to whoever they're still with.
Here's what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm coming to you kind of out of... No, not... Respect's not the right word. What am I looking for? Standing on airs, maybe? I don't know. Just to keep up appearances. I have a job to do here, and your cult is making it hard to do my job. So I'm gonna go talk to Tao, and I'm gonna tell him that I would like first pick of any jobs, any cleaning he has in store for your cult in his area. And what I want from you is some kind of acknowledgement that if you can't control your people, it's okay for me and Tao to do it. That's what I'd like from you now. Because you've already said you punish people when they get out of line, and here the punishments can get pretty harsh.
I'm gonna stop you right there because it sounds like you're trying to manipulate the voice into doing something.
That's
You're
exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what this is.
All right, so go ahead and roll that.
Manipulate is what?
Plus hot.
Plus hot.
You tell them what you want, which you've just done, and then you roll plus hot.
Yeah, what I want is acknowledgement that if his cult needs to be punished, I am the lash in the law. And my plus hot comes down to... That's an 11.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so for the voice, on a 10 plus, both of these things are true. If you do what Domino is asking, you get to mark experience. And if you refuse to do it, you are refusing to do so under fire.
Let's see here. See here. So if I'm going to say
Both the
so
carrot
all,
and the
all that
stick
you're
apply.
all that you're asking for is for me to make sure that they don't get into trouble, right?
No, what I'm asking for is... Because you said that if they get out of line, you make sure they're punished. In this jurisdiction, I am the punishment. If your guys get out of line and I have to shoot them, it doesn't come down on me at all. It's on you. Because...
Oh, I think the voice doesn't like that very
That's the
much. I think that I'm
punishment.
going to refuse, which is under fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's plus cool,
And
which
the
is
fire in this case is you are denying one of Tao's most trusted personal lieutenants. If you haven't started anything with Tao before, you're kind of doing it now.
Okay. All right, so my pool is 0, so I just roll, and it is a 9.
Okay.
So
All right. Let's see. So you do deny, yeah. So what? Well, so say what you're going to say.
I don't think it's appropriate for you to take this on yourself. If Tao wants to punish them, he can talk to me. But I also will make sure that I do my best that none of them cause any more trouble for any of you. I'm not interested in causing trouble. It's bad enough that you killed 2 of my followers for no apparent reason. So I don't think that I would trust your judgment in killing any more of them.
Yeah, that's about what I expected. Before I go, do you have any coffee?
No. And the voice says that as politely as possible under the circumstances.
Then I kind of...
But no.
I give him the finger guns, and I say, I'll see you at the party on Saturday. And I'm gonna go see Tao. I'm gonna rap with Tao about the cult.
Before that,
Yeah.
This is what happens with the voice. You were not. That meeting was not maybe as private as you wanted it to be.
Probably not.
Look overheard you, and she comes in and is aghast that you're not willing to play ball with the local warlord, which you always have up until this point. One of the as far as what she says, as far as she's concerned, part of you ensuring their safety is you don't rile up trouble, and what she heard just now was you doing that. So she's gonna, and she says, the voice, I love you and all, I'm with you and all, but I gotta look out for myself too. You go back and you tell that lady you'll do what she says, or I'm out. This is too much for me.
Okay, I think that the voice's response to this is, I don't think that you have anything to worry about. I'm not interested in causing trouble with Tao. I already said that if Tao has a problem, he can talk to me about it. And that's the way that it's always been in the past.
Yeah,
we've had good relationships with these
you would
people.
go along with it in the past, but now you're not. Now you're bucking it, and I don't like that.
I don't like that he killed
That's my
those kids
term,
without.
Devoid.
I don't like that he killed those kids without telling us. I think that
So
you
you're
have
not
nothing to worry about.
So you're not going to go along with what the lady says,
I don't believe that I am. No.
and that's it.
If I have to speak to Tao
you and me are
myself, then
through.
I can go and do that.
You and me are through the voice. I'm out.
Okay.
And Luke is gone. Luke is no longer one of
Okay.
the cultists.
I'm
All right,
sorry,
let's get back.
Was she your
let's
very
get back
favorite?
Domino, she's on your heels. And she says, "Wait up,"
Who, Luca is?
because it's not been that long since you left. It's been
Right.
like a minute or so.
Okay.
That you've heard this altercation going on because she was waiting outside the tent for the moment you left. She blew right on in.
Okay. I stopped.
wait up,
turn
wait up.
around.
And she looks a little hangdog and says, "Look, I've been with the cult a while. I'm not really from around here. You got any suggestions what I should do now that I guess I'm going to be here a while?"
I just in like the coldest manner possible, because she's Like, she's a cultist, and I already don't like her, and she's already gonna cause problems for me. Just like in the coldest manner possible, I suggest she goes and puts in job applications at the coffee house that I drank at this morning.
Alright. You mean the Flaming Bliss, right?
The flaming bliss.
Okay. And she looks hurt, and she's kicks a rock and goes on her way.
Oh, diddums.
What's up with Cam?
He was taking a cold shower last I heard.
Oh yeah.
No, he stepped away for a second.
Oh, he did. Okay.
So we all need to sit here in silence.
No, we can do your thing with Tao.
Okay.
You said you're on your way to that, right?
Yeah, I was gonna go talk to Tao.
Okay. And he's out at the moment.
Okay.
He's not in the compound. His guards informed you.
Can I leave a message with one of his? Is there anybody here that I trust enough to leave a message with that it will get back to him?
You would not trust these guys to do very much, but you know at least that they can leave messages.
Okay.
You would not trust them to have your back in a firefight, but a message they can do.
The message is that any operations that need to be handled via the cult in town, I would like first pick of those jobs. It's personal.
Okay.
Like, I'm already keeping a very close eye on them. Anything he needs done, come to me first.
And the guy repeats it a couple times, and he gets it wrong first. He says, okay, any operations the cult brings to us, you get first pick, and you have to correct him a couple times.
Okay.
But he gets it eventually.
Do I have to write a note and pin it to his shirt? No. After I'm confident that he's got it, I'll go home and feed the cat.
Okay. Yeah, and you do. Do we have Cam back yet?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. So after that bit of excitement between the voice and Domino, seems like you're up.
All right.
You still kind of stewing in your apartment, not doing much of anything except waiting, huh?
Yeah, I'm assuming the afternoon is going by and still nothing, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, not nothing, because you do get a visitor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ula's here.
Oh shit.
All smiles.
I open the door a smidge, but I don't unlatch the chain.
She laughs and said, "Why so cold, lover boy? Surely, don't tell me you don't have my money yet."
Tao hasn't paid, and I shrug.
She scoffs. Tao always pays.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna have to do. You're
That's
gonna have
the
to
problem.
do better than that.
He's not paying.
She does not believe you.
Okay. I guess I have to convince her that I'm telling the truth. What do I have to do to prove it to you?
And she says, "Well, you could open up and let me poke around your place, see if you got anything worth anything to me." You let her in.
No.
Okay.
I'd close the door on her.
Roll. Yeah, we're gonna call this under. You're acting under fire right now, and the fire
Okay.
is like the possibility of being known as somebody who does not repay debts.
Oh. Okay.
Because Ula's got a marker. She's calling it in, and she's more or less saying in these words, "Let me come in, and I'll take my pick of what I can get from you," and you're denying that.
All right.
She doesn't believe
Cam-
Tao hasn't paid you, and she doesn't.
All
She isn't sure why you're not giving her anything in return.
right. If she's actively saying that, if that's actually actively her intention, then
Mhm.
Cam will very reluctantly let her in with a very big sigh.
Okay. she says, "I thought we could be reasonable adults about this." And she towels her hair a little bit. She walks past.
No reaction. He's not paying me. I don't know what to do.
And she looks around your place. What's your place like? What's she looking at?
It's fairly barren. Probably a studio style apartment where there's a bed and a couch and some sort of table involved. Not a whole lot of food. Cam seems like the buy whatever he can and eat it sort of person, not one to cook his own meals. Clothes strewn about.
What's Cam do for fun? I mean, what's he been doing this entire time that he's been staying in his apartment? Does he pace? Does he read? Does he?
He pays. He's very much a pacer.
Okay.
Probably some very old posters of cars on the wall. I would think, like old cars he probably doesn't even recognize, but it's a car, so it's like, yeah, no, that's cool.
So and those would probably, I guess, be the only nice things that he has that aren't just his bed and his clothes, or these car posters, or does he have something else?
Well, probably keeping with the car theme, there's probably an assorted strew of just assorted car parts that are just in his apartment, just taking up space.
Yeah. And she happens upon those, and she says, "Ha! I knew you were holding out on me. I can get good money for these." She scoops up some of the car parts in her arms. So why don't you help me load these back up? We'll take them back to my place.
Cam protests a little bit.
She chuckles and says, "I think I recognize some of these to begin with. You took them off my junkyard, didn't you?"
No. What do you? No.
Well, no.
Get them
She's
from
not.
Tow's.
She's not. She's not accusing you of stealing. To be clear.
I know. But Cam's not playing along. He's like, I clearly got those from Tow's. Like, I thought they would fit on Lance, and they clearly don't. But I mean.
Oh, they'll fit somewhere. She winks.
Cam lets a little sigh of frustration out, folding his arms.
And she dumps some of the parts into your hands, and she scoops up the rest of them. Says, "All right, come on."
All right.
I know why you did it now, Brick, because it is the most fun getting McDohl to sigh exasperated.
Yeah. That's a string you can always twang.
Yep.
Running a game.
Cam complies.
Okay.
Are we good now? This is a little miffed.
And she says, "Why so snippy, lover boy?"
Are
Yeah,
we
we're
good now?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. Now go.
And she looks confused. Go, but we're at my place.
I went to her place?
Yeah, you helped carry the stuff back to her place.
I carried the stuff back to her place.
Yeah.
All right. Then. God damn it. I leave.
She looks at you like you're a little bit crazy.
Well, yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Where do you go from here?
At this point, he doesn't. All right, so Cam doesn't like the situation that he's in, where he's had to give things away to satiate the gas woman, Ula. And he seems to have this hold on him, which he really doesn't like. What time is it? It's mid-afternoon?
Yeah.
He is probably, for a little while, gonna just drive around for a little bit. Try to clear his head.
Okay.
This has been a very trying 48 hours.
You drive around the compound? Do you just drive out in the wilderness, wasteland?
The compound.
Okay.
Seeing if there's just anything interesting or any like jobs he can do, just any sort of source of income where he doesn't have to be put in this situation again.